Self-care is not selfish, but I can see why people might think that. It kind of says it in the name, and the whole notion of self-care has really become popular in secular humanistic thought. However, the concept of tending to your mental, spiritual, emotional, social, and physical needs is founded in the Bible. And like many other biblical concepts, it's been distorted. Self-care has been found to be a core building block for surviving and thriving in ministry. And in this video, we're going to talk about what self-care is and how it doesn't take a lot of time, money, or energy to do. Hello, my name is Laura, founder of Hope Made Strong, equipping you and your ministry team as you support and care for others. A research study was done in 2013 on what makes those serving in ministry resilient. 73 pastors representing 26 states met 3 times a year for 6 years. Their conversations were transcribed into 12,000 pages, all centered around one question: what does it take to survive and thrive in pastoral ministry? They came up with 5 primary themes, and 4 of them are what you would expect: spiritual formation, emotional and cultural intelligence, healthy marriage and family, strong leadership, and management skills. However, the 5th theme, being self-care, almost seemed out of place. But the study determined that self-care was necessary to developing a resilient and fruitful ministry. They identified that self-care involves a pastor taking time to tend to their spiritual, emotional, physical, social, and mental health needs. It was necessary for a pastor to thrive. Now, I understand that this isn't necessarily new information. We have heard countless times that to be healthy and avoid burnout, we need to exercise, eat well, get good sleep, and have some downtime. But if all you think of is vacations, green smoothies, and going to spin class when you hear of self-care, then I'm not surprised that self-care has moved to the bottom of your to-do list. All of these things take time and money and a lot of effort. They become just one more thing on an already very long list of things that I should be doing. And oftentimes we have mindsets or beliefs that deter us from actually doing self-care. Beliefs like self-care is selfish. But self-care is all about accepting the love of God as His children. We are to find rest, joy, and peace and love in God. And out of that overflow of love, we're able to serve and care for others. In 2 Timothy 4:6, Paul describes serving as being poured out as a drink. Caregiving and offering empathy to others is giving of ourselves, and it's self-care or tending to those emotional, spiritual, physical, social, and mental needs that fill us back up. These things don't need to be expensive, time-consuming, or take a lot of energy. And if it doesn't rejuvenate you and strengthen your relationship with Christ, then it's probably not self-care. Self-care can be as simple as using your commute to intentionally transition from work to home. Or it can be taking a professional development course, or even just eating lunch with real food at lunchtime at a table, not in a meeting. Self-care could be developing a bedtime routine to allow for better sleep and even adjusting your notifications on your devices so you're not being distracted at every ping and beep. Self-care is an intentional action that tends to your spiritual, emotional, physical, social, and mental health needs, and aligns with Philippians 4:8, where it says, "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, honorable, pure, just, lovely, and commendable, if there is any excellence, if there's anything worthy of praise, think about these things." If the word self-care is difficult for you because it suggests selfishness, feel free to use the name soul care. I don't think the name matters as much as the concept. The goal of self-care is to not indulge and fulfill selfish desires, but it is to live out the great commandment, which implies that we are to love one another as we love ourselves. God wants us to be kind to ourselves, and the results of that are being restored and refilled. We in turn become strengthened to give to others again. Unfortunately, many Christian leaders treat the Great Commission of going and doing as though it trumps the greatest commandment of love. I encourage you to think about one thing that you can do each day that is simple, easy, and low cost, and that it would tend to those spiritual, emotional, physical, social, and mental health needs. To help, I've created a list of ideas to get you started. See the show notes below to download that list. Thanks for connecting. Take care.